Suicide is the 12th leading cause of death in the United States. Nearly 46,000 people died by suicide in the United States in 2020. In Canada, about 4,000 people committed suicide at an average of 111 per day. The construction industry has the second highest rate of suicide in the United States at 53.3 per 100,000 workers. I started to count on my hand the amount of members that I knew when I was the apprentice coordinator and the business manager, and started off to be 1, 2, then I counted 5 that went to my other hand, and it was well over 15 people that I knew in the industry that took their own life.
People are embarrassed to say they need help, and they shouldn't be embarrassed. That should be something that we should be able to talk about openly and freely and get the individuals the help that they need.
We've lost members, our members have lost kids through mental health and through suicide and through addiction issues.
Mental health, suicide, drug addiction, these are all issues that people don't think about because they're ugly. They're really ugly. And until they really touch you personally, you don't want to deal with it.
I believe the reason it hasn't been addressed in the past is because people are embarrassed.
The only way we can truly address this is to bring it out, talk about it, make it a focus of what we need to do, and not make it something that's swept under the rug. We need to address it every day on a daily basis.
So there's all these kinds of things that can lead people to have depression, anxiety, trauma responses connected to addiction. We like to put people in clear boxes, but it's really messy because humans are messy.
It's been around, and it's just something that I think needs to be addressed.
And the attitudes change that people say, we need to have help. We need to have our welfare, our hospitalization, our welfare programs modified to address these issues on here, because it's a serious problem, and it doesn't affect just the individual, it affects everybody. So we really need to put a concentrated effort on addressing this issue.
The fact of the matter is there are root causes to suicide that we must address.
We didn't have the phrase, "it's okay to not be okay," back then. But really what we're doing is letting someone know, I'm a safe place. You can trust me. You can share your feelings. How can I help you?
In many cases, I've seen where long-term drug use and alcoholism has led to some form of mental illness.
You'll learn about emotional masks, unfortunately, too late, after pain. People who are suffering in silence struggle. And when they're struggling at home alone with issues, whether it's relational, financial, could be substance misuse, it could be marital, it could be a host of issues, they're struggling. The dangers of wearing an emotional mask, you're not being an authentic self.
Mental illness, drug addiction, suicide, alcoholism, those things all kind of roll together, and they really haven't been discussed like they need to be. And I think moving forward, it's something that we need to address for the benefit of our members and have a helpline and an assistance line for them to seek out and ask for help.
In 2020, there were an estimated 1.2 million suicide attempts in the United States. This is equal to 130 suicides per day. Construction is the second highest among all industries for opioid use, with a 55% prescription rate. Use of opioids by construction workers is 2 times higher than other industry groups. Nearly 92,000 people died from drug overdoses overall in the U.S. in 2020.
But increased alcohol usage, other substance misuse would be a clue. And frequently, those of us in the workplace are the ones able to see and spot or detect changes in those behavioral clues. Major warning signs will be things like agitation, withdrawal, isolation, people who pull back, people who give away their personal belongings, people who no longer express hope or having a purpose or being a burden to themselves or to their family.
Industry that we're in is an industry where you can get hurt. You can lose your job over it. You can be out of work for a long period of time. You want to get better. Medicine's prescribed to you to help you get through the pain, and a lot of people become addicted. But then the doctor takes that prescription away because from everything he's seeing, you're healed and you shouldn't need that. And that sends them elsewhere. So that addiction didn't go away. The pain went away, but up here, it's still there.
I don't think anybody ever fully recovers from it. You know, they learn to live with it. But in some cases, we might not be able to save everybody, but if we can save one life.
So the reason the Insulators LMCT has provided wallet cards, especially from the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, is to teach you those warning signs. So we can be observant, and we can be our brothers and sisters' keeper.
Right now, it's a foreign, kind of alien kind of subject to discuss. It's a little bit taboo somewhat to discuss it. What I'm hopeful is that a few years from now, 5 years, maybe 10 years from now, who knows when, but it'll be just this upcoming thing where every apprentice coming in, when they start, they're just used to it. It's just a common knowledge that this is what we're doing, and everybody pays attention to it, and they forget about the old days when you couldn't talk about it, you know?
You see this linger for years, wondering, what could I have done? What did I miss? What could I have done differently?
One of the things I really appreciate about the construction industry is part of the culture that already exists, especially in our unions, but also in some employers, is a mindset of, I've got your back. I advocate for you, just like you would do for me. I've got your back around safety. I'm watching out for you. And so it's just a moving of the needle over. Like, I understand why you're doing it over here. How about you do it over here too? And once they see that and see the kind of impact that they can have, they get it. They know how to do that, how to look out for one another. So that's really cool.
With drug addiction and alcoholism and suicide, the first thing you've got to realize is that you've got a problem and you want to seek help. We want to be there to help you. We want to have those resources to help you. We want to hold you up and make you better. And we're going to do everything we can to do that, but you've got to reach out and want that help.
Biggest thing we have to do is be able to talk about it. And it was not talked about 10 years ago, never mind 20, 30, 40 years ago. It was taboo.
We've already changed a good portion of the mindset. I think it's just the rest of them the dominoes will fall the more we keep pushing it. We just have to keep moving forward and keep educating ourselves and finding different ways to do it so that we can keep teaching them. And I think we can actually be successful.
Some of the ways that the union can help with this is a comprehensive program of suicide prevention, recognizing the issues, recognizing the things that need to be done, and offering our members help and being sure that we're there to help support our members in seeking help for these issues.
Everybody has gathered together. This is a time when we make our 5-year business plan for our international and how we're going to conduct business. We have an issue. Every local union faces this problem. Every local union needs to address this. And there's funds that are already available that we have. It does not cost the membership any extra resources. We just have to make sure that it's spent wisely and it's used to benefit the members.